Large body, cat-like reflexes, phenomenal glove hand. He was a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 5-time NHL All-Star, Jennings Trophy winner, and is the holder of many records. He was a franchise goalie, a stalwart warrior, at the last line of defense. He's Bobby Lou, Strombone 1, Bingo Bango Bongo, Roberto Luongo. Born on April 4th, 1979 in Montreal, Quebec to Italian and Irish parents, Luongo started playing hockey as a forward. He was always interested in playing in net though, even if it came at the disapproval of his parents. It wasn't until he was 11, due to the absence of his team's usual goalie, did he step in and give it a try. He posted a shutout that game and never looked back. Luongo would continue to play in net and was eventually drafted 2nd overall in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League entry draft by Val d'Or. After setting a team record of 32 wins in the second season and impressing in the 1997 CHL Top Prospects game, Don Cherry compared Luongo to Montreal Canadiens great Ken Dryden. He was starting to be seen as a potential franchise goalie. In the NHL entry draft later that year, Luongo was picked 4th overall by the New York Islanders, with only Joe Thornton, Patrick Marleau, and Olli Jokinen picked ahead of him. Luongo's first and only season with the Islanders resulted in 7 wins, 14 losses, and 1 tie, with a goals against average of 3.25 and a save percentage of .904. His slow start to his career, added by the fact that the Islanders had picked Rick DiPietro 1st overall in the following draft, had meant Luongo's days as an Islander were numbered. As it turned out, it only took a matter of hours for the Islanders to trade Luongo to the Florida Panthers. He was dealt, along with Olli Jokinen, for winger Mark Parrish and Oleg Kavasha. Looking back at the trade, it was heavily lopsided in favor of the Panthers. Luongo would spend the next 5 seasons with the Florida Panthers, missing the playoffs each year. He did, however, set team records like most shutouts in the season with 7, most saves in the season with 2,303, and most shots faced in the season with 2,475. He was nominated for the Vezina Trophy as the top goalie that year, but it was ultimately won by his compatriot and eventual Hall of Famer Martin Brodeur. With Luongo's contract running out and with ongoing negotiations for a new contract not going anywhere, he was traded once again. Luongo, along with Lukas Krajicek and a 6th-round pick, was traded to the Vancouver Canucks for Todd Bertuzzi, Brian Allen, and Alex Auld. Luongo's arrival in Vancouver in 2006 had put an end to its goalie carousel, for they had finally acquired a goalie who was both capable and consistent. Luongo quickly became the backbone of the team for years to come. In his first season with the Canucks, Luongo posted impressive numbers, a career-high 47 wins with a 2.29 goals against average and a .921 save percentage in the regular season. He led the Canucks to the Northwest Division title with, at the time, a franchise record 105 points. In his first career playoff game versus the Dallas Stars, Luongo backstopped the Canucks with a 72-save 5-4 quadruple overtime win. He would also end up making series-defining saves as the Canucks won in 7 games, advancing to play the Anaheim Ducks in the second round. The vastly superior Ducks would eventually win the series in 5, and with that deciding game, an event occurred that will forever be in Canucks folklore. The game ended 1-1 in regulation, and as the teams came out for overtime, Luongo was nowhere to be seen, forcing backup goalie Danny Sabrin to start the overtime period. Luongo would later admit it was a stomach problem, and thus the bathroom incident was born. Luongo's stellar season that year resulted in his 2nd Vezina Trophy nomination, but he finished 2nd in voting, behind only Martin Brodeur again. Luongo was also nominated for the Hart Trophy, given to the league's most valuable player, but he also finished 2nd to Sidney Crosby. Fast forward to the 2008-09 season, Luongo continued his strong play and was named the Canucks' 12th captain in franchise history. Although it would later be seen as a poor move for a goalie to bear the responsibilities of a captain, his leadership qualities on and off the ice were undeniable. He has a calm demeanor, his work ethic is unparalleled, and his never say die, leave it all on the line attitude is infectious around the locker room. It was during this season when Luongo began a shutout streak that lasted 242 minutes and 36 seconds. That's the equivalent of 4 full games, and this franchise record still stands to this day. In the playoffs that season, the Canucks would sweep the St. Louis Blues but lost out to the Chicago Blackhawks in the second round. After the series-clinching loss in which Luongo had led in 7 goals, the media and fans made him the scapegoat and the face of the Canucks' failures. In the following 2009-2010 season, Luongo signed his gargantuan 12-year contract. What would seem like a great contract at first would end up biting the Canucks in the future. This season also saw Luongo become the starting netminder for Team Canada in the Vancouver 2010 Winter Olympics, and he ultimately backstopped the team to its first gold medal on home soil. Later that year, the Canucks would play the LA Kings in round 1 of the playoffs, in which this iconic save happened, en route to the Canucks advancing in 6 games. They would be defeated in the second round again at the hands of the Chicago Blackhawks. The 2010-2011 season proved to be the pinnacle of Luongo's career. His strong play, combined with the Sedin twins in their prime, Ryan Kesler developing into the world's best two-way forwards, the acquisition of Christian Ehrhoff, among other reasons, resulted in the Canucks ending the season with 117 points, winning their first ever President's Trophy, awarded to the team with the most points. The Roberto Luongo-Corey Schneider tandem also won the Jennings Trophy that year, awarded to the goalies on the team with the least amount of goals against. In the playoffs that year, the Canucks played the Chicago Blackhawks for a 3rd year in a row. It was a major mental hurdle, but the Canucks eventually won Game 7 in overtime with this goal, forever known as the goal that slayed the Dragon. Luongo contributed with an excellent cross-ice save in overtime prior to that, which showed his nerves of steel. In the second round, Luongo outdueled Pekka Rinne as the Canucks defeated the Nashville Predators in 6 games. In the conference finals, Luongo was again spectacular as the Canucks beat the San Jose Sharks in 5 games to advance to the Stanley Cup Finals, only to lose in Game 7 to the Boston Bruins. Regrettably, this would be as close as Luongo would get to a Stanley Cup. Over the next couple of seasons, Schneider emerged as the starting goalie, leaving Luongo as the backup, and even then, Luongo remained supportive of his teammates, especially Schneider. It was widely accepted that Luongo's future was not in Vancouver. His contract, with 9 years left on it, proved to be a major impediment as GM Mike Gillis found it tough to get anything substantial in return. This prompted Luongo to infamously state in an interview, "My contract sucks." To the surprise of many, it was Schneider who ended up being traded, leaving Luongo as the team's starter once again. Luongo was thrown a lifeline, but unfortunately, he never really got the confidence of new head coach John Tortorella, and it was clear Luongo wanted out. During the 2014 Winter Classic, backup Eddie Lack got the start over Luongo, and that was the final straw. A couple of days later, Luongo was traded back to the Florida Panthers for Jacob Markstrom and Sean Matthias. Luongo and the Panthers would reach the playoffs just once in the next 5 years. He had reached the twilight of his career, but not before becoming the Florida Panthers franchise leader in games played, wins, and shutouts. Luongo officially retired on June 26, 2019, and he would later have his number retired by the Florida Panthers, the first player to ever receive such an honor. Since then, Luongo has joined the Panthers management team as an advisor to the GM and now heads the recently created Goaltending Excellence Department, shaping the goalies of the future. Luongo has faced adversity all throughout his career, and time again, he has bounced back stronger than ever. It's his ability to not let anything faze him that has allowed him the success he's had. In the face of everyday pressure, we all have to find a way to cope, and that's something we should all learn from Luongo. His stellar attitude led him through tough times, and what stands out is his humor. He is not afraid to poke fun at himself, like with the washroom incident. When Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson succumbed to similar fate, Luongo's tweeted on his Twitter account with, "I can totally relate." In a separate incident, when a fan asked him to sign a picture with "My contract sucks," he obliged. And finally, when a fan asked him to sign a picture but accidentally sent him the wrong picture, he wrote, "This is Carey Price" on it instead. Luongo's humor is unique, and it ensures that his legacy lives on far beyond the ice. Roberto Luongo set a bar for his work ethic, professionalism, and longevity. He finished his career with several coveted accolades, and yet the most important Stanley Cup still eludes him. I'm hopeful with Luongo's expertise added to the Florida Panthers management team, he will be a part of a future Cup-winning team. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video at any point, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you soon.